On this episode of Beyond the Check, we discovered the up-and-coming area of Savannah, Georgia, just outside the iconic Historic District. Just up the street from the bustling Forsyth Park, you enter what is known as the Starland District, a newly revamped portion of town that is now home to several new breweries, bars, restaurants, and food trucks. We found something we really never expected: the freshest poke bowls in town, at the most adorable restaurant, Nom Nom Poke Shop. Run by chef owner Harold Schroeder and his wife Ashley Mumbre, they dug deep to make their dream a reality. Armed with the best seafood they could get their hands on, they tested and tasted, experimented until their bowls reached beautiful perfection, while showing the local community that sushi doesn't have to be in a roll, but it can also be enjoyed in a bowl. Hi, I'm Rashawn Parker, writer, filmmaker, and foodie. I also worked in the service industry for over 20 years. From busser and dishwasher, prep cook, server, bartender, and manager, you name it, I've done it. So now I'm hitting the road. Find some of the best local favorite worker-owned restaurants across the country. Find out about their lives, the history of the restaurant, and of course, cook up and try some of the best dishes they have to offer. So join me, my wife and crew, as we go Beyond the Check, Worker-Owner Edition.
Every time I'm in the streets, man.
Chicken. Good morning. Welcome back to season 2 of Beyond the Check. I'm Rashawn Parker. I got Jordan. I got Nikki. It's morning time. Full disclosure, we are on our way to Nom Nom Poke Shop to eat sushi bowls for breakfast. Because it's like 8 in the morning right now, so we'll probably be eating around 10. So Jordan, not a big fan of sushi or rice. How do you really feel about sushi and rice? But she's a trooper, and she's gonna try some today. Nikki, how do you feel about sushi and rice?
Give it to me.
Nikki loves the sushi and rice. Jordan, your seatbelt's on. It's gonna be super exciting. Super proud of you for getting it to go.
Trying my best.
Bravo. So we're gonna hang out with Harold, Chef Harold, who is going to cook us up these amazing poke bowls. But first, wow, tell jokes, whatever. Get pumped, get wings. I got Madison. What's up, man?
How's it going?
Cruising. How you doing?
Can't complain.
Touche. So, what do you do at Nom Nom Poke Shop?
I work the line. I cut a lot of the fish, portion it. Really just anything they need me to do.
You're the go-to guy for get it done?
Yeah, I'm the only person that's been there pretty much since opening. I started 2 weeks after we opened.
Cool. So, did you know what a poke bowl was before you started working there?
I did. A Thai restaurant I used to work at downtown had it on their menu.
Yeah.
But nothing nearly as good.
How'd you end up working there?
My girlfriend actually was a cashier at the time, and she had talked to Harold and Ashley about me. Told her I wasn't happy at my last job. And the day I left my last job, I just came in and started
Working at Nom Nom. Putting the poke bowls together.
It is by far the chillest job I've ever had. They are the easiest people to work for. None of the usual kitchen stress.
Man, that's awesome. Stairs, so it doesn't get hot in that kitchen.
No, never. There's only one fryer.
Not even a flat top. I guess you don't have to be a dick to be a good chef, huh?
Yeah, it in fact does not make you a better leader. It just makes people hate you more.
Truth.
Yeah, when we closed down for COVID and they opened back up for 2 or 3 days every weekend, and it was just Harold and Ashley working, I would go up there and just hang out with them just because I missed being at work.
Aww.
I couldn't stand sitting at home all the time.
So what's your favorite kind of food when you're not eating poke bowls?
I really have always preferred Asian food. I love Thai food particularly. It's always been my favorite to work with.
Well, thanks for letting me drive you around.
Not a problem.
And then, so I guess go inside and meet Harold, and we're gonna make some poke bowls.
All right.
Yeah. Woo. All right, Madison. It's good times, man. Appreciate it.
Times.
Rock and roll. Let's do this. Woo. Chef Harold.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Not too much. Let me come around. I'll come out there.
Let's hang out.
How are you guys doing?
Good, man. Nice
Very
to
good
meet
see
you.
Very good.
This is my wife, Jordan.
Hi,
Nice
nice to meet you.
Oh, this is a beautiful place you got here.
Thank you very much. A lot of thought and effort went into it, and we're happy with how it turned out. And yeah, we call it home.
It's nice and airy, and I feel like I'm under the sea.
Yeah.
Like in a little under the sea bar.
Right.
It's beautiful. Did you design all this yourself? Or?
No, my wife, she did. She picked out all of the fixtures and, got in contact with Jessica with the moss wall over here. Which is
you got a moss wall.
Yeah, it's one of our main fixtures, and it's really nice to, come in and everyone's oohing and ahhing about it. It's kind of a focal point of conversation.
So is it alive?
It used to be. It's preserved. She somehow found a way to preserve these walls with no watering or maintenance or anything like that. It's pretty cool.
Cool. We'll take an Instagram picture next to it later.
Yeah, perfect.
You
For
need
sure.
one of those at the house. You can't kill it.
Can't kill it. Can't kill it. What's up with the...
So one of our employees, Sarah, she's a SCAD student. She's an animation major, and this is a work in progress. She's been doing this for the past few weeks. And
Oh, cool.
yeah, it used to be our menu, but being a new restaurant, ever changing, and it was a pretty big hassle to change the whole thing every single
day.
time. So yeah, we decided to do something,
I like
kind of fitting for the art school and everything like that.
All right, what goes with the surfboard?
Yeah, right.
You needed,
Yeah.
you needed waves to ride.
Right.
I really like the lamps, man.
Yeah, the lamps are cool, and we did the little Japanese lanterns and everything like that.
Jordan, come here. What do you think of the lamp? What do you think of the lamps?
I put them in my house.
Right? Your wife did a
For sure.
fantastic job.
She did.
Thanks.
She's probably gonna need to know where you ordered them.
Yeah, right.
All right, cool. You want to sit down and hang out and
Yeah, of course.
tell me all about yourself in this fantastic restaurant. Jordan's gonna try some raw fish today.
Perfect.
Guess what? She is. It's gonna be awesome.
Awesome.
All right, let's hang out.
I'm gonna give it a go though.
She's giving it a go, guys.
Be
She's giving it a
adventurous.
go.
Hey, I'm Harold, one of the owners of Nom Nom Poke Shop with my wife, Ashley. And we've been in business since September of 2019.
How did you get into cooking?
After going to college and figuring out that it wasn't for me, I just realized that I loved cooking. So I went to culinary school in Chicago and had a few jobs around the city. And then my dad lived down here. So he's like, why don't you come down, the beach, there's a lot of restaurants. So he lived on Hilton
It's
Head.
warmer.
Yeah, it's warmer.
You're not gonna freeze to death.
Yeah, right. So I found a nice job at a restaurant called Michael Anthony's, and I worked there for a few years and did pretty much, any position, and found, just a true passion for cooking. And since then, I've worked at various restaurants in Florida, Georgia, and eventually found my way to opening our own restaurant.
Cool.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. So what was that like? What was getting the,
It
like the
was-
process, finding the space?
Yeah,
like,
it was a
all
process. We found this spot. We were actually down the street looking at a different location, which we just found out we had just missed out on. So we were walking back to our car, and there was someone outside, taking pictures, and we just asked, is this your building? He goes, it's about to be. And so I was like, well, hey, so we shook hands, and one thing led to another, and we actually signed the lease almost a year before we actually opened our doors. Construction, and this is a really old building. So
How did you do a lot of rehab?
yeah, so we started, a couple of renovation projects, and then found out that we had to totally gut the building. So it was pretty cool. At one point, you could have just built a swimming pool in here. It was just an empty space. And then basically built a restaurant in what used to be a hair salon. So
What was it like on opening day?
It was kind of crazy because we had opened about 3 weeks later than we thought we were going to because there was a hurricane. Coming.
Man.
So it was like one thing, after another, and the hurricane missed us. So then it was like a mad dash to get our permits open up. So we had planned on doing, a soft open, but I ran down to the city, paid my dues, and we were open.
Go.
Yeah. So we put on all of our social media that we're open, and then it was nice. We sold out the first day, and then the following week it was just trying to figure out how much of this we needed and that.
What was going to be most popular? What was
Yeah,
selling? What wasn't?
it was cool. People understood. We run out of things, and it's fresh fish, and
We're working it
that's
out.
the name of the game.
Right.
So
You can only have as much fresh fish as you can have
right, yeah.
till you kill the next one.
It was crazy, like we were just catching our stride, and for a new business, it's a lot of times that what happened in 2020, we wouldn't be here right now, but
But you are here.
we are. And my wife and I, she's great. She is a lifetime front of house, and
She'd be here, but
yes,
he's having a son,
she's pregnant, so
and so very soon.
yeah,
soon.
very soon, yeah.
Congratulations
So,
again.
thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
But yeah, she very quickly threw on an apron and got back in the kitchen, and it was just her and I for a few months, just day by day or week by week, opening one more day, or figuring it out and adjusting our hours weekly, and it was just a slow reopen, and now we're open 7 days a week again. And then I know it's crazy, and beginning 2021 we'll be back to our regular hours finally.
Locals been taken care of.
Yeah, that's one thing that has been kind of like our saving grace. We've got some great locals and regulars, and I think during this time a lot of people found us, because of the whole takeout thing.
Mm-hmm.
So people were sitting at home and perusing through, and
What can I get?
Yeah, so we've built a really nice local following, which has been really nice.
Poke bowls. How did you come to find this as like the concept? I guess, where did you learn about the poke, and like who taught you to make sushi?
Well, I taught myself, to be honest.
YouTube.
Yeah.
You're just like, YouTube, how to make sushi.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so it was just trial and error time and time again. And, with everything, the sauces, the sushi rolls, my wife, she ate a lot of sushi and tried a lot of sauces. And
She was the test subject.
She
huh?
was the test subject. Yeah, but we basically taught ourselves, and we had good flavors and combinations and the idea of what to do. We just ran with it.
And it worked.
It transformed into what it is today. Yeah. So
Hell yeah, I'm excited to try it. This will literally be the first time I've eaten a poke bowl.
perfect.
My sushi's usually in a roll.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have it out of a bowl.
It's nice. Yeah, it's just real nice, fresh ingredients, and I always say, if you check our Instagram or Facebook, like, our fish is the freshest.
Be fresh.
Or one of the freshest in the area. It's flown in from Hawaii, or we do source locally as well. So we'll do, like yesterday we had a chirashi bowl. So it was, a traditional chirashi plate, but in a bowl, a little smaller form. We do local snapper.
What is a chirashi bowl?
So chirashi is it's kind of like an assortment of fresh fish of the day.
Okay.
Is what it'll
it's
be.
like a stone soup, but for like
Yeah.
a poke bowl.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's just a nice little, almost like a little platter of sushi or sashimi. And it's a really popular item here. So yeah, I mean, we try to source as locally as possible. We always have local shrimp.
What's the major fish that you get around here?
Snapper,
Snapper.
definitely. And then our shrimp. We always have local shrimp.
Local
Yeah.
Spanish shrimp. It's a real thing. Cool. So if you would, just walk me through what we're going to be trying today.
So yeah, let's make the spicy tuna crunch.
All right, spicy tuna crunch.
Let's
is on.
go with that. So here we have some big eye tuna. So tuna is definitely our most popular protein item here. We go through, I don't know, 75 to 100 pounds a week, something like that. And yeah,
That's a lot of tuna.
it's a lot of fish. So it's definitely something we prep every morning or throughout the day. And it's definitely just kind of like on automatic now, just kind of slice away and
do the fish.
just kind of go with it.
It is some beautiful tuna.
Yeah, we use big eye tuna. It's just a form of ahi tuna, a little stronger. They swim in deeper waters. They have a better fat content. It's a much more enjoyable sushi experience, if you will. A lot of places do yellowfin tuna, but it's just not, for our application, big eye is just a much better product. It's definitely a visual appeal, and
Show me the ways.
yeah, so we basically kind of break it down like you would for a sushi roll or sashimi, something like that, but we kind of go a little bit smaller just so that it forms into our poke dice, which we like to try and get consistent as possible, which I know is kind of difficult, with fresh fish, but
You do your best.
yeah, you do your best. And
Oh man, it's like butter. It's just like
it is. It's really nice. And a lot of times poke restaurants, there is an option to get the already cubed up fish, and
that's not fun.
it's just not
What's the fun in that?
it's just not what we set out to do. And we have our fish overnighted from Hawaii, so it's fun to see the FedEx guy come up. And I'm friends with the FedEx guy. I joke around it all the time, like he just brings our fish, and
He's the buddy, man.
yeah, he's our lifeline pretty much. And it's just fun to see what we get. And it's always fun to cut new fish and be able to just provide our customers with the product that we want. And
So it's like Christmas every day. Get
kind of, yeah, we always, whenever we open the case,
The fish is here.
yeah, we're like, ooh, this looks nice. And it's always how does the tuna look today? Our salmon always looks great, but tuna is, it's a migratory fish, so
It's like a watermelon. You're just not really sure what you're gonna get until you get inside.
right. Do you want to cut some?
Maybe just one piece.
Sure.
With some gloves. Just little cubes, yeah?
Yeah, so just cut it down the middle there, and then flip them towards you, and then we like to go, about a ½ inch or so.
They're always worried I'm gonna cut my thumb off.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah.
Looking good.
I did it. I cut tuna. Cheers.
So bring this over here. All right, so we'll start with our portion of tuna, and then we do some fresh avocado. And then we will do a little bit of masago. And we do a rehydrated seaweed called hijiki. And then our most popular sauce is the creamy togarashi. So it's a nice spiceful citrus, kind of like a spicy mayo, but a little more complex, I guess. And then we'll just give it a nice mix. And this is basically how all of our bowls go. It's not your traditional Hawaiian poke where it's pre-marinated. We do it to order, so every poke bowl is made to order. Just quick, nice, fresh. And then all of our bowls, we serve them on sushi rice. And then you have your choice to do like mixed greens or a combination of the two. And then we do our seaweed salad. So all of our bowls get finished with scallions, sesame seeds, and flake salt. Sesame seeds get everywhere in the kitchen.
sesame seeds are the sand of the poke bowl.
That's true. Very true. And then the last thing that we do here is we do a little bit of fried shallots. The fried shallots are really popular here. Some nice little fried onions, basically.
There she is, huh?
There she is. That's our most popular bowl. And there you go, spicy tuna crunch.
Spicy tuna crunch. Oh man, I'm excited to dig in this and I can't wait to see Jordan try it. Meow. Okie pokey.
Okey pokey.
We have the tuna crunch bowl. It looks gorgeous. Jordan, this is super fresh ahi tuna flown in from Hawaii. So this fish came all the way from Hawaii just to be with you today. And here we go, guys. Let's find out if Jordan enjoys this tuna crunch bowl. So the wakame salad here, and the tuna, and some avocado. That's avocado. Make sure you get a piece of tuna.
I did.
No, this is the tuna. That's tuna.
That's too much to eat at one time. I'll just go around it. I'll go around it.
All right. I'm gonna get a little bit of everything.
Well, I don't have it.
I got rice. I'm gonna get tuna. This is probably a lot harder to do with chopsticks than it would have been if I just used a fork, but I'm trying to be traditional here. All right.
Cheers,
There
cheers,
you go.
cheers.
Jordan's trying the avocado.
Fried tuna.
Mm-hmm. It is sushi in a bowl. It is amazing. Did you just put tuna in your mouth?
Mm-hmm.
Try it with the wakame salad. Have a little wakame with it. The wakame makes it, gives it like the sweet and sour. Brings out the tuna a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make it real fishy. It's not fishy at all though.
Nope.
You've had tuna before. It wasn't your favorite thing. Compared to the other tunas you've had, how are we feeling about tuna today?
It's better.
It was better? Would you even eat another bite of it? Maybe. I'm gonna have another bite.
Go right ahead.
I love wakame salad. I love tuna. I like rice, and these crunchy things give it a nice like crunchy texture pop.
Crunchy texture pop.
It was really, really, really good. And beautiful. I didn't even mess it up too much. It's still pretty. All right. You good with that?
Mm-hmm.
You even enjoyed it a little bit? Such progress. Such progress, people. Nikki, you're going to love this so much. It is so good. And it's still pretty for you. We kept it pretty for you. Enjoy. What's next?
Next, we'll do our ahi tuna nachos.
Ahi tuna nachos.
Yeah, it's a nice starter. This is one of the first dishes that I tried at home. Just something, nachos, good.
Japanese nachos.
Yeah, Japanese nachos.
Japanese nachos.
Pretty much.
All right, let's do it.
We fry our wonton chips in-house. They're really nice, light and crispy.
They're wontons, but they look like nachos.
But they look like nachos, right? And then we'll do some pickled white onion. Not too much, just, kind of give you a couple bites here and there. And then we will grab our tuna and we toss this in kind of like a ginger, sriracha, tamari. So we use tamari, which is a gluten-free soy sauce, so we're more approachable. Soy, people have a lot of allergies these days.
My mom loved tamari. She put tamari on everything.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's not as salty as soy a lot of times.
It's got more flavor too. I feel like it has more richness.
It does. And so we'll just scatter this around here.
Like little pink golden nuggets.
And then next here we'll come over and we'll do a little bit of our creamy togarashi sauce.
What is creamy togarashi sauce?
So that's our kind of like our spicy mayo. It's a Japanese mayonnaise, little lemon juice, togarashi spice, which is a Japanese spice powder, and then you'll have ginger, soy sauce, or tamari. It's probably our most popular sauce here. And then next we'll do our pico de gallo and just kind of scatter that all over there. Regular finish.
The chives
Yeah.
and the sound of the Pokemon.
There you go. And lastly, we'll finish it with a little bit of microgreens. We like microgreens around here. It's a nice little finish.
They make everything pop.
Yeah, they make everything pop. You know? But it just kind of goes with the freshness of our bowls and of our food in general. And then there you have it. Those are our ahi tuna nachos. Really nice starter, and
They look amazing.
yeah, they're delicious.
Oh man, I am pumped to eat these. They're gonna be so good. I think Jordan might even like this too. We're gonna find out. Meow. All right. Now we are going to do a little fun thing that's like Japanese Mexican, because Chef made us ahi tuna nachos. These aren't tortilla chips, they're wontons. Looks good, doesn't it? All right, tuna number 2 for Jordan. All right, just grab a piece, I guess. Any piece will do. All right, tuna nachos.
Cheers, cheers.
Cheers, cheers. Zesty. Crunchy. That sauce gives this really nice zing. And it does kind of get this a little hint of like Mexican flavors from the pico de gallo. But otherwise, there's just a really good, healthy tuna dish.
Pretty good.
It's a different way to eat the ingredients. Like I never would think to have like sushi nachos, but now I don't think I ever want to not have sushi nachos. Jordan's even going for a
Also,
second.
try chipata.
How's that wonton, Jordan? Oh boy. Still pretty too. Coming at you. Enjoy these very fresh ahi tuna nachos.
Yeah.
All right, what are we making?
So we will make our seared beef bowl. It has become, we're a poke restaurant, but the seared beef bowl is the second most popular, right behind the spicy tuna crunch. Surprisingly enough,
I mean, there's meat lovers out there. We got to feed them too.
Yeah, true. Very true. So we don't do very much cooking here, but so you see our handy dandy induction burner here.
Nice.
It gets a lot of work.
She's fancy.
Yeah. We do beef tenderloin. So we do a marinade of tamari, brown sugar, scallions, the togarashi spice, garlic, and ginger. It tastes pretty good, and it's been fun.
I can smell it just with your description, and I can't wait to eat it.
Yeah.
So is it chunks or is it kind of shredded?
It's chunks. We break it down in-house, and we try to make it into portions that are, we can just cut into like a poke dice. We kind of make it reminiscent of that. And then we sear it to about a medium is what we aim for.
Makes
But
everyone happy.
it does, and of course you can, ask for it cooked through or well done, whatever you'd like. To each their own.
Bloody rare.
Yeah. So,
I want my rice to ooze bright red.
yeah, I mean that's how I would eat it. But yeah, the number one question is the beef cooked? And like, we could do a beef tartare bowl, I guess, if you want.
You good? So I did not think we were gonna get to have any type of steak today. I thought I was just gonna get to torture my wife all day, and now look, you gotta make her happy.
Yeah, we aim to please, right? Yeah. So while this is kind of cooking, I'll build this bowl real quick. So we do a nice pineapple salsa. One of our appetizers is guacamole and pineapple salsa, and it also goes on this bowl. So it's, as you can see, we do a lot of slicing and dicing in-house. So, like I said, a lot of
Perfect. Every piece is
yeah.
perfect.
A lot of work, but in the end, it makes for a nice product.
That's why everything's so pretty. It's you. You are symmetrical, sir.
Yeah.
You are highly symmetrical. So whose idea was this?
The beef bowl. Well, we wanted to bring something on that would, appeal to, say a boyfriend and girlfriend came in and one of them didn't like raw fish. We definitely wanted to appeal to everybody, and bring on shrimp and beef. And if it were up to me, I'd just do nothing but poke. But, it turned out to be really popular. So.
As long as they keep coming back for more.
Yeah. We serve up quite a bit of avocado here. Then we do a little bit of mixed greens. So a lot of thought and preparation went into our ingredients. You wouldn't think, just like a poke shop.
I actually really can't wait to try the steak with the pineapple. Something about the steak with the pineapple really intrigues me.
Yeah, it's a nice combination. We'll chop up the steak and then.
Oh yeah. Jordan, you're gonna love this.
We'll just finish just like our other bowls.
Little sand, little salt.
Little sand, little salt. We'll finish this one with a little bit of crispy wontons, just to give it a little bit of crunch. Yeah, and then so here's our beef bowl.
Here's the beef bowl. Jordan, you're welcome. This guy hooked you up. Cheers. Oh man, this is gonna be amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, enjoy.
Ow. Okay, so as to not torture you all day today, because I do love you. I do love you very much. Here is steak. It's a steak bowl. It's a steak poke bowl. So filet, your favorite steak. Good. And then just some avocado, rice, and pineapple that's all gonna go together really well.
Okay, well, I'm gonna squeeze my fork here.
All right, you use your fork, get on steak. Steak is amazing. All those marinades, all that flavor is right inside that steak, and it is to die for. Thanks, Cal. All right, I gotta try it with the pineapple because that was really intriguing me.
Very good.
Pineapple with steak. It's not something you do all the time, but I'm doing it today. Oh. The sweetness of the pineapple together with the with all those flavors and the ginger and the marinade. Makes it it's almost like islandy. It's like an islandy fun steak bowl. It's like if you were at a beach resort in Japan. But yeah.
Beach resort in
It's
Japan.
a beach resort in Japan.
Sure.
I don't even want to give this to you. I want to eat the whole thing. But I'm a nice guy, so Nikki, this steak's for you.
All right, and then this will be our tempura shrimp bowl. Like I said, we use local shrimp. So what we do, we peel and devein the shrimp, and then we stretch the shrimp. So we slit it on the underside, and then you kind of press down, and you'll feel like little pops, and it'll stretch the shrimp out, so you get that nice, like straight fried shrimp. It's pretty cool.
It's elongated.
Yeah.
It's an elongated shrimp.
And then so just coat the shrimp. And then with tempura, what you want to see in the oil is you want to see it shed all of the excess batter. So we kind of throw it in there and see how you see all the
Batter
batter kind of fly away.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. In Japan, I've always wanted to go to. There's restaurants that they just do tempura. You know, it's a tempura restaurant, and they're like master chefs that do these things. And I think master fried food. You know? Well, why not? You know?
I mean, if you're gonna master something, frying's not the worst thing you can master.
Exactly.
You can fry anything.
So then we'll just kind of let the shrimp chill out for a second there, and you'll see, you know, you get like that,
Oh yeah.
the kind of little wisps. You know, that's kind of a sign that you
did it right.
You did it right. You know, you got that light, crispy batter, and just be a nice tempura.
Relax, shrimp. Kick back. Take a load off.
Yeah.
Take a load off, shrimp. Chill out. You're working way too hard, shrimpies.
And then we'll just kind of let all of the excess oil drain off, and then once that's done, we'll build our. We call them our loaded shrimp. So we do.
So they're wasted?
Yeah. But well, yeah, there's sake in the sauce, I guess, right? So,
All right.
again, all of our bowls will have some nice sushi rice, and then with this one, we'll just do a little bit of sliced avocado, and then one of the best parts about this is the combination of sauces with the rice, kind of almost like a hibachi. If you will, you know, like it's kind of, the flavors are really similar to that. So we'll just real quick do a little bit on the rice, and then the shrimp will give, you know, a nice little teepee little design there.
Now they're relaxing on a bed of rice.
Yeah.
They're kicked back, chilling on the bed of rice.
Some nice
Happy little shrimps.
nice avocado, you know. And then after that, we'll just kind of dress up the shrimp with the same eel sauce.
They seemed a little naked.
And last, we'll do tobiko. Today we have a wasabi tobiko. Not really spicy, just, you know, nice and flavorful. Just like that. Like all of our bowls, just a nice little finish.
Don't forget the sand of the pokey.
Don't forget. All right, and then this is our loaded shrimp bowl.
Loaded shrimp bowl. Oh, I'm gonna waste this thing. That's what's gonna happen. All right, you guys excited? These shrimp are excited. They're relaxed. They're ready to be eaten. Meow. I got these tempura shrimp. They're local Savannah shrimp. They chilled out. They relaxed. They had a pedicure. They had a mani pedi. They've had a lovely day and a good life.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're gonna eat them.
Okay.
Okay, so just grab a shrimp. Grab a shrimp, as your father would say. Any shrimp will do.
That's messy.
It's got some
Cheers,
caviar
cheers.
on there too. A little green caviar, I think. Yep. All
does.
right, here we go down the hatch.
Okay, the whole thing.
Hmm?
That's good.
Perfect tempura, white, flaky, crispy. Really
I'll put it
flavorful.
right here for now.
Okay.
I don't want to eat them all right now.
They've obviously lived a good life because they're really good. So,
Mm-hmm.
local Georgia shrimp coming at you. Nikki, this is for you because we love you. Enjoy. Oh man. Okay, so I came into this really not knowing what a poke bowl was. I've learned so much. All right, guys, it turns out that sushi doesn't have to be in a roll. It can also come in a bowl. She came up with that. She just wanted me to
You're
say it.
welcome.
Thank you. So if you are anywhere in the Starland district of Savannah, Georgia, or anywhere near here, you have to come hang out at the Nom Nom Poke Shop, hang out with Chef Harold, possibly his wife Ashley might be here, and their two gorgeous children. The second one's on the way. So get down here, have your sushi in a bowl. Doesn't have to be in a roll. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Their lunch rush is about to hit, and we don't want to be in the way because they have a lot of fresh seafood to serve to hungry customers. So, Jordan and Jeff on here?
I did.
Awesome. All right, we're out. Nikki, eat. Cheers. What's your favorite part about now owning and working in your own restaurant?
I just get excited to, come in, do things for myself and my family, and it's the pleasure of just having your own, goals and your own just vision. What we started as and what the bowls look like and our food looked like before, it's totally different. We've transformed into, honestly a successful just poke shop. And a lot of times, they're poke shops, they close quick and, they pop up everywhere and people weren't familiar with what poke was or is. And, we don't necessarily do it the traditional way. We do it more Japanese influenced. So it's more like sushi in a bowl is what we do. So we had to really harp on that, so and I think we've gotten there. And
The education is finished.
education is there.
The education is complete.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God. Like, I'm so impressed with that. I can't even describe. It was literally probably the best sushi I've ever had in a bowl.
That was so delicious.
Jordan, you tried the sushi bowls.
Mm-hmm.
How was it? You didn't spit it out.
Not my favorite, but not my least favorite.
It wasn't bad, huh?
It was like 50-50.
How about that steak bowl though?
The steak was really yummy. The
Steak.
nachos were really yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cared for those. Those were pretty good.
The tuna nachos.
Wow. Harold, you've turned her. She might even eat tuna again in the future. You're a miracle worker. I have no idea how you did it. It's probably because the tuna have such an enjoyable life in Hawaii
Oh yeah.
before they get here that they're just the tastiest. Could be. Nikki, what was your favorite part?
That's really hard. I really liked all of it.
She really did.
The tuna tacos were nachos were very, very good. And I am a big fan of steak too, so that was good too.
I mean, it was all mind-blowingly delicious. Nom Nom Poke Shop, everyone.
Crunchy soft combos.
Crunchy soft combos with a little of that sesame sand, It's everywhere you want to be.
Doesn't have to be in a roll. It can be in a bowl.
Yeah.
You've learned this philosophy today.
Doesn't have to be in a roll. Ball. Jordan coined that, so
You're welcome.
do you want to put that on a t-shirt? She's gonna need at least 10% royalties on it.
More than 10. 30.
30. She's 30. She's 30, people. Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for hanging out with us at the Nom Nom Poke Shop. We had a fantastic time. I hope you enjoyed yourselves too. You guys enjoy yourselves? All right. We'll see you next time when we go beyond the check. Worker owner edition. Cheers.
That's really good. Oh, that's just a perfect combo. Well, come here. Oh yeah,
That's the jam.
that's a jam. That lime is really good too. And this one's the spicy, you know?
That's the Crunch Bowl.
The crunch bowl. Ooh, I think I might have gotten this one.
It's like sushi in a bowl.
It's perfect.
Those crunchies.
I'm a big fan of crunchy and like soft together. That's why I like my chocolate, like I have peanuts and stuff like that in it. And this is so good.
And
Oh my
fresh.
gosh. And so fresh. Oh, this rice. Oh yeah. Get down with this.